Oh, hey, welcome to the Statter Box. I cannot even believe I made it here. How's it, Elaine? So glad to see someone's hanging out, just waiting for the shenanigans to begin. Oh, my lord. So, right before the stream begins, I decided, hey, maybe I should go floss and just check my teeth, come back in, knock my mic, in a tumble of equipment and wires and a cacophony of everything, like basically the entire flipping desk comes down and I look at the clock and it is 4:29 and I have to in the dark recesses of under my desk figure out where all these wires go and what there is to do about everything that's now on the floor. And oh god, did I break anything? Man, good to see you. I did not mean to be so flabber um um yeah, not flabbergasted, not Twitter pated, just all kerfuffled. I did not mean to start this stream all kerfuffled. But alas, here it is. Welcome to Chatter with Statter, where we kerfuffle with the best of them. Let me do my little black cat intro. Flustered. There we go. Flustered's good too. It's a it's a fluffered kerfuffle today. Yeah, and here we have it. Well, I'm glad you guys are so kind. Wouldn't have known anything if I hadn't have said anything. Oh, but I would have had to say something. And yeah, because I was so kerfluffered. I was so kerfluffered or whatever it was that I said. Yeah, I couldn't not say something. That was just the most awkward beginning. Curtis, good to see you. Glad you came in. I hope you missed the kerfluffle where I knocked everything over. Well, everybody missed it. But anyway, welcome to Chatter with Statter. I am so happy y'all can be here. If you like what you see, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. I always seem to forget to say that, so hopefully now that I've started to say it, I'll probably repeat myself multiple times throughout the day. So yeah. Yeah, and isn't it a great intro? As I'm sure everyone has guessed, I was not the one who made that intro, but I sure do like playing that intro. All right, so today here on Chatter with Statter, I thought that we could, well, talk about anything and everything. Oh, and you know who made it. Our friend in Mililani, Andy Bumatai, Daily Pigeon Live, master of everything internet wise. I wish I was let's see, 1/18th as talented as he is, or at least actually not even as talented. I wish I held like 1/32nd the knowledge that he has in how to even deal with all this tech, because then maybe I could do more than just like trim the ends of videos. Hey Tina Rose, good to see you from the land of lava. Yeah, how is it over there in Volcano? Are you being affected by the Vogue? And are the sunsets beautiful? I've been thinking about you guys up there on the Big Island. I've got several friends, both streaming and derby alike, who are in the Hilo slash Volcano. Well, and then Camuella Man, of course, is in Camuella. Yeah, definitely got some folks over there, and I'm just hoping that everyone's able to breathe easy. At this point, it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of what is the word? Risk of homes being endangered, but the air quality issues are always an issue. Oh, hey, Kenny Casey, good to see you. Rick, good to see you. How's that chatter? Well, I don't know about the chatter, but right before I went on, there was a lot of clatter. Hey, Mariana, good to see you. I'm glad to see you guys hanging out here today, Thursday. And yeah, Rick, as I was saying, as I told some folks who were here just a little bit earlier, I went to take care of some pre-stream situations, made sure I didn't have any food stuck in my teeth, actually was what I was doing. And came back to my desk, knocked my microphone, which sent so many things tumbling off of the desk in a tangle of wires and technology. Um, so kind of freaked out because I looked at the clock and it was 4:29. So I don't think I need to explain to you where I was freaking out and why. So, okay, cool, Tina Rose. I'm glad to hear no VOG. Beautiful days and nights, cool. Earthquake 4.6. Earthquake 4.6 is not a tiny earthquake, but it could be worse. Yeah, totally. So, all right. So, for those of you who were here on Sunday, I think it was Sunday. We're going to say it was Sunday. For those of you who were here on Sunday and helped me out with the pot roast recipe, I have to say my pot roast went really well. Although I think next time I'm going to make the potatoes a little bit bigger and the carrots bigger because they got a little bit mushy. But I also think that having made this pot roast for the first time in my life, my mom, whenever she cooked with this particular type of meat, she would always make stew, but same diff for the most part. And I can wholeheartedly say that my mom did not cook the meat long enough because I've always hesitated getting a pot roast because it's like, it's not good quality meat and you can kind of tell. Um, if you don't cook it long enough. But if you cook it long enough, then it gets good and tasty, which I'm sure all you guys probably already know. Fans of pot roast are fans of pot roast for a reason. I was not necessarily a fan because I don't think my mom ever made it right. And, my mom was a good cook, but pot roast and stews were actually not her thing. Not trying to be judgmental, but, she made a much better lasagna. Yeah. Hey, Vance, good to see you. Yeah, excellent. I'm glad you are able to take a minute off of your busy schedule to say hello to everyone. Yeah, it was as Rick was just saying. I was describing my daisy chain of catastrophe, and yeah, Rick. Well, luckily, somehow in the daisy chain of catastrophe, nothing got unplugged, and so the settings remain the same. Let's hope it does. Yeah, it was really just a case of picking things up and putting things back, but not a good thing to have happen literally a minute before you're supposed to hit live. And so, yeah. Hey, Marilyn, good to see you coming in here. I'm so glad to see everyone sliding on in. Christopher Graves, excellent. How are you today? And Rick, okay, Ann Ware says that she's excited to be meeting up with Rick and Darlene on Saturday in Minneapolis. I hope you guys take a lot of pictures. If you happen to be able to do a drop for Chatter with Statter, I'd be stoked, but I'd rather see you do a drop. If you're going to do a drop, I'd rather see you do a drop for Andy because Andy can make your editing and make you all look good and everything. Although, yeah. Do what you're going to do. Either way, I cannot wait to hear about the meeting. I love it when people meet up that have met through these communities. I know back in the day, what? You're meeting up with internet strangers? Well, sort of, but they're not really strangers, are they? So hard to say, right? Yeah, so I'm super glad that you guys are going to do that. Besides that, you're not little kids, you know how to be safe. But, Anne, if you disappear, I'm going to blame Rickfoot. And not only am I going to blame Rickfoot, I'm going to make sure that Rickfoot might get squirted with some of this. Oh my goodness, it's concentrated Prell. Yes, Ann Ware sent me this picture from a magazine. I'm not sure if it was from the 60s or the 70s, but it's a magazine ad. And if you notice in the top, you might not be able to see it. I tried to stretch it as much to fit the screen as possible, but it's the wrong, it's the wrong aspect ratio. So that's just how that works. But anyway, this was a Prell ad that was showing you, it's Prell concentrate. So if you're using more than this much to make a head full of lather, you're using too much. And see that dot of green on the top? That's like the size sample that they are showing you. And it literally says, like in the tiny, tiny, tiny things, it literally says, cut and cut this out and use it as a reference. So I don't know if they were like expecting you to laminate that particular magazine ad or what the deal was, but I thought it was hysterical that they actually created a little cutout square expecting you to put that in the shower so how much Prell concentrate. But even Prell concentrate was warning you this is a serious shampoo, and when someone sicks the Prell on you, hey Chris, good to see you. Yeah, it sounds like a change of plan. I thought you were supposed to be, I even wrote it down. I thought you were supposed to be in Arizona today, Tolleson, Arizona, or something like that. So what, are you in Huntington Beach right now, or are you heading to Huntington Beach right now? Because yeah, you're supposed to, I thought, be in Tolleson. Like I said, I wrote it down because I've never been to Tolleson, and so I don't have any memory references for that. I'm not sure where exactly that is or was or was supposed to be, but apparently you're not there, so it doesn't even matter. Yeah. Yeah, E.T., Elaine, Prell in a tube. And back in the day, I remember they used to have, I vaguely remember the Prell in the tube, but when the Prell bottle that I remember was sort of like, not really hourglass shaped, but for lack of a better term, hourglass shaped. And it had like a pink and a green, maybe a flower, and it said Prell. That's, yeah, that's my vintage Prell remembery. Remembery, that's right. Um, yeah, the green Prell color looks muted. The bottle you got from eMusic is electric green. Yeah, I think electric green is I think that's fresh from the plant. But this was a vintage ad, so who knows how old that that magazine ad was even before it got scanned into the computer and then through all the different programming and whatevers. But yeah, you're totally right, Rick. Prell is supposed to be electric green, sort of like Dippity do. Now, I'm wondering, you guys, when I was growing up and using Dippity do was like a bright green, almost teal. It was so bluish green, but more green. It was bright green. But when I talked to my boss about that, my boss was like, no, Dippity Doo is pink. And so I'm wondering, uh, when you think of Dippity Doo, is it pink or is it green? Because to me, Dippity Doo is green, but apparently it's also pink. I don't know. Dippity, what? Rick, you've never heard of Dippity Doo? Well, I mean, I guess you, right. It's a hair gel that's been around like since the 50s. Um, it, yeah, it's a hair gel. So, I mean, I guess you might not have known that. So, yeah, and it is a good gimmick to make the folks look closer to the ad. That is true with the little tiny print. Yeah. Um, Oh, Darlene. So Saturday you're meeting up with Anne, but then on Monday you're meeting up in Washburn with eMusic. Oh, fantastic. A great weekend coming up. Yeah, eMusic sent me some pictures from Wisconsin, and oh my gosh, it was such like a quintessential country road that went forever into nowhere, and like the trees were changing color, but the most amazing thing in that picture was the blue sky and the white fluffy clouds. They were so perfect. It almost looked like it was just a painting or they looked unreal. It was such a perfection of the perfect blue sky, the perfect white fluffy clouds. It's just everything you think of when you think of like a country road. It was just, oh God, it was super good. It's a super cool picture. I wish I had it loaded up. I'd show it to you guys. I'll have to do that next time. Um, so, well, Vance Mo, the funny thing is with that ad, they're actually asking you to use less, which seems really weird because you would think the advertisers and the manufacturer would actually just be like, no, you want to use a big dollop. So that way you go through the tube faster, which means you have to buy it faster. So I don't know. I think that Prell concentrate must be really concentrated, which is why I try to scare people with the Prell. My punishment for people is Prell. And I know that seems really strange, but when you see what it does to your hair, you'll know why I'm punishing you. Um, so yeah. Okay, so Darlene, you remember, see, Darlene remembers Rick. Darlene remembers what Dippity Do is. So, yeah, yeah, exactly, Darlene. Don't use the Prell. I did not mean for anyone to. Prell is to be used as a fright topic and a threat, not as an actual shampoo. But Darlene, you're saying you remember the pink Dippity Do. Okay, just like my boss, just like my boss. Um, let's see here. Oh wow, Marilyn, you're going to be meeting your two half sisters. Or it was your feet, or you did this last week. You met your half. You met your half sisters for the first time. How awesome is that? Or I hope that was awesome. It sounds like it was because you're posting pictures. So how awesome is that? Um, okay, Kenny. See, you've only ever seen the green Dippity Do. Right, I'm right there with you. But apparently there was a pink. Hey, Sass, good to see you. We're talking about Dippity Doo right now and whether or not it's green or pink. And Tina Rose Cager swoops in with the knowledge. Pink is the regular hold, green is the extra hold. And that does make sense because in the 80s, everyone was all about the extra hold gel. So it does stand to reason that the 80s would be the green. I clued into Dippity Doo in the 80s. And so that makes sense that I would only be seeing the green stuff. That's what I'm trying to say. Hey, Robert, good to see you. I'm so glad to see another Seattle folk in the house. I hope you're doing good. Let's see here. So, yeah, I bet, Rick, the fall colors are probably at a peak near your cabin. I hope you guys get some good pictures or videos. Another Rickfoot video might, if we're lucky, maybe we'll have a spotting of Rickfoot. Um, I do think, Anne, I do think that Prell maybe is a good engine degreaser. I mean, I really do. I mean, I know that that it's kind of a joke, Andy's mentioned it and whatever, but I think that Prell or Dawn, both, Dawn especially, is such a good degreaser. Yeah, I think it's good for stripping, probably stripping paint as well, actually. So let's see, Darlene, you're trying to get out before the winter hits. Peak colors to view and supposed to be 75 on Saturday and 70 on Monday. Wow, yeah, it is beautiful up there that time of year. It sounds like, gosh, it's really beautiful here today in Seattle, but it's chilly. I mean, it's not chilly, but it's chilly. It's like 52 degrees. It's super sunny. I saw this one lady. Oh, she made me so happy. She was dressed in the stereotypical quintessential Pacific Northwest uniform for this time of year, and that is she was wearing rubber slippers and she was wearing a fleece coat, and her rubber slippers and her fleece coat both matched. They were the perfect shade of teal together. Oh, she looks so good. As it turns out, she's not even from the Pacific Northwest. I heard her talking to her son or somebody, and she's clearly a native Spanish speaker, but she definitely knows the Pacific Northwest vibe. This time of year, you wear your flip flops, you wear your slippers, you wear whatever you want to call them. Your chanclas is probably what they called them, or she called hers. And then you wear your fleece coat because that's just how we roll up here in the Pacific Northwest. It's seriously this time of year. That's flip flops and a fleece coat. Oftentimes North Face. That's the that's the stereotypical Seattle person right there. Um, oh, excellent. And oh, it must have gone well because they're inviting you up to Georgia, or to Georgia for to their family home for Christmas. Oh, neat. That's nice. And Georgia in the Christmas time, I would imagine, is better than when I went there, which was in July. So, good time of year. Good time of year, Marilyn. I'm glad that they invited you then. Uh, so you used Dippity Doo, blue green, had fabulous curls that didn't fluff out, just hard curls stuck to your head. Yeah, totally. Although I've there's a method to break the cast of the hard gel and keep that curl, but softening it. I went down a curly hair care rabbit hole at the beginning of COVID and learned a lot about curly hair that I didn't know. So there you go. You can break the cast, but you have to go through with prayer hands and like oil, and it's just a big deal. Yeah. Let's see here. So, yeah, actually, and that's funny. Rickfoot in Minneapolis, that would be a great sighting, really. Yeah, totally. Um, yeah, and you keep trying to wear your slippers as long as you can through the fall. Totally. I only wear my slippers in my yard and around my house type thing, but but what I like to do in the Pacific Northwest, I consider it a winter win if I never have to wear a coat heavier than a hoodie. I prefer to just keep it sweatshirt hoodie weather all year or for the winter. And so if I can just, well, not just wear a hoodie, but I mean, if the coat that I can get away with is just a hoodie throughout the entire winter, then I call that a win. I try to go as far as possible into the winter just wearing a hoodie for the jacket. Obviously, there's like more clothes than just the hoodie, right? Right. Um, so okay, you've got the same weather as we've got here in Seattle. Bright sunshine, 52. Hummingbirds are loving it. Several have been by today. Yep. Yeah, the hummingbirds. I mean, all these it's like they're little. It's like they're bears. They're getting on their winter weight and everything with the remaining flowers that are here, or the feeders that are up. Yeah, exactly. Um, Oh, and where? What is breaking the cast? Okay, so when you use a lot of product, either mousse or gel for whatever, and your hair ends up usually being shiny and stiff. So let's just say you have like this perfect curl that is all made with gel, um, but and everything's dry, but it still looks like it's wet, and it's like knock knock knock, like hard because of the gel cast. When you can gently break the hardness up to soften your hair without wrecking the curl or frizzing the curl out. If you do it right, like with the prayer hands and with the oils, and it takes a really long time, but you're breaking the cast of the gel, the hardness of the gel. See, that's right. This is something that you would learn if you went down a rabbit hole of curly hair care at the beginning of the COVID lockdown. You would know what breaking the cast is. But the fact that you don't is fine. Trust me, you didn't. It was a really deep rabbit hole. I learned a lot that I really don't need to know, but there you go. Um, yeah. Um, oh, wait, hold on. You think there might be one collectible Prell pearl necklace out there? You mean, uh, I, well, you do know, actually, Rick, that pearls come in a bunch of different colors now. Like they dye pearls. And so to tell you the truth, I'll bet you probably could make from real pearls uh a Prell colored pearl necklace, so to speak. I'm ignoring any and all double entendres that may be with your commentary. I'm literally taking you at your word. So very difficult, by the way, but we're going to talk about pearls that you get from oysters. So, yeah. Let's see here. Yeah. Oh no, I know actually, and that's why I said it to you, because I knew that you would just be laughing. Like, what are you talking about? A hoodie throughout the entirety of winter? You've got to be kidding me. Yeah. I know. Yeah, in Minneapolis or anywhere in Minnesota, anywhere in the upper Midwest, um, you might need more than a hoodie, maybe. Uh-huh. Et, my grandkids used to use the hair gels to stiffen a mohawk. I told them about Dippity Doo. Grandma, that's so old. Yeah, that's old stuff. Well, Grandma, it might be the old stuff, but it still works. It works better than the sugar water and the egg whites that my friends back in the 80s tried to use when they were putting their hair up in a mohawk. You know, you know, kids these days. Hot Topic shows them how to be punk rock. I remember, I can't even believe that I'm about to go on this flippin' rant, but I remember when I was a little punk rock kid, I had to mix Vaseline with black eyeliner in order to get black lipstick. I remember you had to like make your own paperclip, whatever, chains that you wore I remember wearing a dog collar around my wrist because it had spikes. I mean, you couldn't just go down to the mall and buy punk rock gear. You had to like create your own stuff. And I feel like the arts and crafts aspect of the punk rock lifestyle is really lacking these days, and it's kind of a shame. And I know that is a very strange rant to go on, but there you go. hmm That's the hill I'm gonna die on. hmm Wait, from the original Prell bottle pearls? I don't know what you're talking about, Rick. Um, I have no idea what. I don't know what Prell bottle pearls. Oh, Darlene, that's so cute. I love pearls too, actually. But yep, nice. Rick asked you to be his girl with a black and white pearl ring. Oh, that really is lovely. Hey, Michael Anthony Smith, how are you? We are talking about, well, the usual Prel. Also pearls, and then other things and stuff. Oh yeah, curls, curly hair gel. Oh yeah, Michael Anthony Smith, hair gel. So Dippity Doo, do you know what Dippity Doo is? And to you, is it a pink thing? Is it pink colored or is it green colored? That was what we were just talking about. Um, yeah. So um, Terry Gilmore, do you apply Dippity Doo with prayer hands? Or do you pray your hair doesn't do a dippity doo crunch? You pray your hair doesn't do a dippity doo crunch. You do not apply the gel with prayer hands. No, you have to make sure that the gel gets through all of the product, be it gel, curling cream, leave-in conditioner, styling balm, all these things that you could be using in your hair. They're all different. Good Lord, like I said, I went down a flippin' rabbit hole. You need to get that product all worked in your hair, so it's best to comb it through and then you style. Yes. Yes, yes. Um so yeah, Marilyn McQueen, exactly. When you were a little punk kid in the 80s, you had to have dedication. You had to figure stuff out because you couldn't go buy it. I remember when I went to England and found a tube of actual blue lipstick, I about died and went to heaven. I bought three of them. It was really cool blue too, actually. But yeah, it was the best. Yeah, you had to make your own stuff. And you were a preppy young kid. I couldn't be preppy. Like literally ever since I've been a little kid, in elementary school, wearing khakis on my like khaki pants, chinos, I guess. I can't do it. Like it makes me want to crawl out of my skin. And if you put me in a polo shirt, oh, yeah, it just, no, I cannot. It's painful. I have basically not been able to, pretty much since I was 12 years old, I've only worn black. And before I was 12, I begged to wear black, but my mom said I was too young, so she wouldn't buy me any black clothes. So, that's just where I'm at with that. Yeah, prep was never my thing. My sister, on the other hand, she was a little preppy fashion queen. She had all the cutest little outfits. Um, yeah, she was a fashion plate. She was definitely more my mom's girl than I was. Uh, oh, Rick, I like your idea. Winter in the Midwest, easy. Just put on layers like you do. The pasta layer, the burrito layer, the barbecue layer. Yep, I love it. I love it. Oh, no, Michael Anthony Smith. I figured you probably never used it, but I wasn't sure if you'd like seen it or not. So, and well, yeah, and Dippity Doo probably does work really well for comb overs. And I think actually, dudes who used to rock the pompadours used to use Dippity Doo as well. So it's not necessarily just a girl thing. Boys did use the Dippities and the doos, but not every boy had a pompadour back in the day. You had to be dedicated for that. You had to kind of be a little, a little diva in order to have a pompadour, I assume. Um, and exactly, Michael Anthony Smith could have been a punk rocker who needed Dippity Doo for a mohawk, Michael A. is punk rocker. Michael A. is punk rocker now. Instead of Sheena is a punk rocker like the Ramones. I can't even believe I just sang that. I wouldn't say I sang it exactly because the Ramones don't really sing, but I did something like that. Um, yeah, no, oh God, E.T., you're so funny. Yeah, you had to scrub the dried gels off your forehead. Yeah, sometimes they would, and yeah, and then if you use just a little bit of water, it would turn into a whole new, like a bigger, goopier gel blob that was even more noticeable than the little dried gel bits. Yeah, I feel your pain. I've been there. I had hair in the 80s too. What do you know? uh, Everybody in your school you knew that was preppy, so you just went with the norm. Yeah, I suppose that's what a lot of people do. Yeah, it was painful for me. It was painful for me, literally. I couldn't. Yeah, it couldn't. Um, yeah, I guess Devo. You're right, Rick. Devo could have. They might have had some gel with their slick. I don't know if I'd call them a pompadour, but I maybe would call it a new wave pompadour. And so, yeah, I bet you they did have some Dippity Doo. If not Dippity Doo, the fancier rock star 80s version of whatever. Yeah, Michael Anthony Smith, unless you were like a glam rock guy with the big old, Brett Michaels poison hair, you probably didn't use gel, now that I think about it, right? Um, so, Darlene, you wore mini shirts, backless tops, mid shorty tops. You were bad. Jeans, you were bad. No, you were good. You sound like you were a little fashionista. I like it. And where you were singing that right along with me. Excellent. Jinx. 1, 2, 3. You owe me a Coke. Yep, exactly. I'm glad that you thought it was singing. Or I suppose you didn't actually say that I was singing. You said that you were singing. Oh, no, you did say that I was singing. All right, there we go. Um, yeah, Curtis, exactly. I mean, a lot of you saw Dippity Doo as a kid in the 70s, right? Your mom might have used it, because it's a curl setting gel after all. Um, so let's see here, Sass. You remember seeing a young hot pic of my mom in black, being goth and not knowing it. Too young to wear black. Well, my mom was a bit of a hypocrite, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what picture you're talking about, though. That's interesting. I think, Sass, more about my mom than I did because you guys used to sit around smoking cigarettes and eating peanuts while I was off doing whatever. Yeah. Terry Gilmore, we need a permanent video clip of Statter singing Michael A. as a punk rocker. Well, it's funny you should mention that. What a great segue. So, this week I have been, um, I've been kind of busy with work, but I have after work been trying to tackle some techs, and I finally figured out how to use my media player, VCL media player, VLC media player. I don't know what it's called. The media player that I use. I finally figured out how to uh, use it to save DVDs onto my computer, which, by the way, I was able to do that because I was able to get, and if you guys are interested, you should do this. Staples right now has 2 terabyte external hard drives on sale for $66.99. So I went and got a 2 terabyte external hard drive, put a bunch of my media that was slugged on my computer onto it. You figured out how to download DVDs onto my hard drive, but according to the interwebs, my media player that I use should be able to download stuff off of like YouTube or the internet or whatever. I watched a bunch of YouTube tutorials on it. Those didn't work. Then I read a bunch of other instructions on it, and half of them didn't work. But there was still like method 3 and 4 is this. But after I got to method 3, I was like, you know what? I'm tired of trying this. So I don't know how to pull the stuff off of the internet, but if someone who has the technological capabilities wants to threaten me with pulling that off, I'll accept it. Yeah, there you go. Uh-huh. Having hair, yet another thing I miss about the 80s, says Skinny Casey. That's funny. Yeah, Curtis Nix definitely, the singer for Flock of Seagulls used lots of hair gel and probably some mousse, definitely some teasing, and lots of hairspray. Uh-huh. And your mom still uses Suave hairspray? Well, gosh, I mean, and I have seen, and I'm clueless. I don't buy a lot of product for my face or my hair or my nothing, but I saw this wasn't even at a hoity-toity beauty supply store. This was like at the grocery store. I saw a can of hairspray that was selling for like $20 or $19. What? 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 I mean, what? So, no, spend $1 on the Suave, or better yet, spend $1 on the white can of Aquanet with the pink writing. That's the real deal there. Seriously, dude. Suave hairspray, I can't even imagine paying $20 for a can of hairspray. Suave, I'm sure, is all anyone needs, right? I don't use hairspray, so I wouldn't really know. Oh, Darlene, you're so funny. Your dad would have fits with what you wore and many times made you go change before you could go anywhere. So did you get wise to that? Because I had friends who used to, when they would go out, they would, just carry the clothes they were really going to wear in their purse and then change clothes once they left their house. Terry, you wore spaghetti straps, hip hugger jeans, navel exposing bare midriffs. Didn't wear much, actually. Yeah, see, in my school, you weren't allowed to wear spaghetti straps or the bare midriff exposing stuff when I was in high school. But even if you were allowed to expose your midriff, I would not have, because I had a big midriff. I've always had a big midriff. Oh, right on. Thanks, Terry, for keeping track. That's right. 14 watching, 14 likes. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe and notification bell, because that's what we do here on YouTube every Thursday and Sunday at 4:30 p.m. on the West Coast. Saturday, though, we hopefully are going to hang out on Twitch. I know Twitch was in the news. I know that Twitch was like scary things happened there, but it really, from all the things that I've been reading, it's I don't know. I mean, come join me on Twitch on Saturday if you want. If you don't, I totally understand. But we're going to be watching Boo A Medea Halloween this Saturday. Once I either figure out how to get stuff off the internet, or this weekend, I'm going to go to the thrift store and I'm going to go to the library to see if I can scrounge up some DVDs. And so then I'll be trying to procure some Young Frankenstein is one of them for sure. And then a couple of the other holiday Halloween movies we have on the list. However, I'm not going to be getting Hocus Pocus because it's a Disney film. And Disney is like the big D, and I'm kind of afraid of the big D to a degree. But Coco is also a Disney film, and I will risk the big D to play Coco. So I'm only going to do a Disney film once, and it's going to be Coco. Speaking of which, I'm wondering, are most of you on Amazon Prime? Do you have Amazon Prime? Amazon Prime and Twitch have an agreement where we can do watch parties, and it's like legal. I do not have Amazon Prime. However, if everybody in the world who comes and hangs out at Statterbox in the cinema has Amazon Prime and is willing to do whatever you need to do with Amazon Prime to join the watch party, then I will purchase Amazon Prime for myself and I will start streaming watch party movies through that. However, I don't like Amazon. I don't like to support Jeff Bezos. I do not shop through Amazon. So if you do not have Prime, I am not asking you to get it for the watch party. In fact, I'm hoping lots of you are just like, no, I don't have Prime and I don't want to get it. And then I'll be like, okay, cool. This is off the table then. But I didn't, I won't get into why, whatever. It's tilting it, and I know it's tilting at windmills. It's useless to be against Jeff Bezos because they don't even make their money off of their shipping. They make their money off of a completely different thing. But anyway, my point is, if everybody except for me has Prime and wants to start watch parties using Prime, I will hop on the bandwagon. But do not join Prime just for this. I'll be the content creator that like bites the bullet and does whatever. But if there's anybody out there, Darlene, you and Rick do not have, there we go. All right. Offer rescinded. We're not doing it. Cool. Perfect. That's all I needed to know. Perfect. Okay, cool. Make that phone call, Michael Anthony Smith. We will hopefully catch you later. And okay, Michael Anthony Smith, also no Prime. Cool. Excellent. Then that option is off the table, which is no big deal. I'm gladder. I'm happier. Actually, the option is off the table. But basically the only reason why I was even throwing it out there is because I do like the movie Coco so much, and Coco is on Amazon Prime right now, to stream. And so it was like, well, if it'll not get me in trouble with Disney and everybody else wants to do it, okay, fine. But you have Prime and you were unable to watch Rollerball on my stream? You were unable to watch it without it? That's weird. Well, Terry, here's the thing, Terry, though. This is, thank you. Don't compromise my values for you. It's my stream, purchasing power, etc. I appreciate that logic. And I had a long internal conversation with myself over the situation. And so I was going to be okay with it if it was the most logical option, but it sounds like it's not necessarily. So there we go. So I won't have to compromise my values. So yeah, Twitch. Yeah, exactly. Twitch became a subsidiary of Amazon since 2014. Yeah, which is why they have the agreement. Or I wouldn't say that's why they have the agreement, but that's one of the reasons why they have the agreement. Oh, Vance, thank you so much. Yeah, here's why I would be willing to compromise my values for this particular situation. First off, I would quite literally only be using it for the purpose of streaming, and I would not be shopping through Amazon. I would not be doing, I wouldn't be, I would be doing it as a legal safety cover, for potentially breaking copyright laws, would basically be the only reason why I'd be doing it. But the reason why I would be willing to compromise my values to a degree is because for the most part, Amazon doesn't make any money off of their Prime stuff, their delivery. Well, their Prime, they might. Anyway, they don't make money off of selling stuff. They break even on that. What they make money off of, how they make their billions, is through their storage, their internet cloud servers, the internet servers that they provide for military contractors and other hosts of other, corporations. That's where they make their money. And so if they literally got rid of their entire infrastructure of warehouses and slave labor and delivery truck drivers and all of that, they would still be making the same amount of money as they are now. So it's really, that's why I say it's tilting at windmills. It's not screwing it. It's not showing Jeff Bezos who's boss and that I'm not a, um, you know, I mean, I get it. It's a silly railing that I have, but whatever. All right, cool, Vince Mo, get back to work. We'll see you soon. So glad you could stop in just for a minute. Excellent. Um, so, Rick S, don't worry about us without Prime. We'll just miss that movie and sit in the dark. No, Rick. Like I said, I'm glad. I was hoping that people were like, no, and I'm not really into it. I was really hoping that people would be saying that. Yeah, that's why I'm confused, and why Sass was saying that because when I found I found a free streaming service for Rollerball that was outside of Amazon Prime, and I semi-successfully watched it on, or streamed it on Twitch. Oh God, you guys, I can't even believe you guys hung through that nightmare of a stream. I can't even believe you guys hung through that nightmare of a stream. Thank you so much. But yeah, I mean, it was a nightmare of a stream. Ain't nobody saw nothing nice. Like, I mean, Twitch did not, or Amazon Prime did not swoop in and save the day, even though you were working in the background to make it work. And yeah, totally. Hey, Bear Mail, good to see you. We are sitting here talking about how we could best stream movies, and why Amazon Prime may or may not be what we're going to be doing. Yeah, okay, so Sass, yeah, it did freeze up for yeah. Yeah, it did freeze up, didn't it? Dude, seriously. And I know about that frozen frame of the chest hair of what, James Caan or whoever it was. I know how it kept going back to him just for a second. Oh, flip, you guys, I can't believe that you even hung out for, I can't even believe you guys hung out for it. It's just, it makes me cringe and laugh, and I mean, it makes me know that our community is very strong and supportive, because that stream was a bloody flippin' nightmare of a stuttered event. Yeah. Yeah, Bear Mail. Yeah, exactly. Amazon does suck. We all know this, but lots of people, when you live in Hawaii, you depend on Amazon, and lots of people who live in rural areas depend on Amazon. So I try not to piss on Amazon too much, but at the same time, I don't appreciate it being in my life. So, that's just how that works there. So, well, Bear Mail, the watch party this weekend is going to happen on Twitch, and it's at, which, by the way, as we've discussed, everybody change your passwords, and enable your dual factor authorizations if you haven't already. And this weekend we're going to watch Boo, Medea Halloween, and then next weekend, hopefully we're going to watch Young Frankenstein if I can get it. That is the goal. So there you go. And Anne, yeah, you did send me that frame. I've got it somewhere. I'm actually, in the process with the brand new external hard drive that I got. I'm in the process of going through a lot of my pictures, and, and so I will find that picture, because I do, even though it happened a while ago, and in a way we'd all like to forget it, I do kind of want to make an emote with the James Con. Anyway, so speaking of emotes, that's something I'm working on tech. I've got a couple emote ideas that all I need to do is get them to the right format, and then I can submit them to Twitch and they can actually make them emotes. However, getting them into the right format is proving to be a little bit more difficult than I thought. As I mentioned last stream, my little graphic design attempt didn't end up working, and it's within the software that I tried to do that graphic design that I'm going to have to work in order to create the transparent image that Twitch wants. And I do not have high hopes for that. So I might have to send that to Shock to fix. Yeah, Shock has offered so many helps and has helped me so many times. I might actually have to throw another piece of help her way, or rather, I might have to throw a help note her way so she can help me. Yes, there we go. Yeah, well, Terry, the hairy chest emote, it is different, and I don't really know what it would signify, although I kind of feel like it would signify an LOL for those who are in on the joke. But and Darlene, oh, Darlene, you don't even know. The Prell emote is the first emote that is going to be hitting the scene. I promise you. I've already got the image selected. I've already attempted many times to submit it to Twitch, but it's not in quite the right format. Oh, Darlene, Prell emote has almost happened. I mean, I promise you, we will have a Prell emote. Yes. Oh, yes. Oh no, Rick, we're not going to do Coco this weekend. We're going to probably do Coco on the weekend on Saturday, October 30th, which you might be up in the cabin. Here, let me check my calendar. Oh no, if you go every other week, right? So no, we're gonna be doing I was hoping to do Coco on Saturday, October 30th. So because that's the closest Saturday to the Day of the Dead celebration. So you guys should be around by then. And I don't know how I'm gonna get the Coco DVD. I mean, I really like Coco. I like the movie. I might actually just go buy the DVD and then do things I'm not supposed to do with it. Yeah. Yes, okay, so Bear Mail. Most important question of all, do I have Discord yet? It will help you. Let's do it tonight for F's sake. I have a Discord that is downloaded onto my computer. I have not really done anything with it. I don't have a space to hang out in. I don't whatever. But Bear Mail, you are correct. You're not the first person actually to say that I should switch the Saturday movie nights to the Discord server to avoid the copyright issues, and eventually I might do that. But right now I'm going to keep the Satterbox at the Cinnabon on Twitch on Saturdays because I'm slowly going to be moving all of my stuff over to Twitch. Once I get everything on Twitch, then I might actually move Satterbox at the Cinema to the Discord server. But that is, you're not the first person to suggest Discord as the solution to get around copyright. That being said, getting people to switch to Twitch was already very difficult. Luckily, Andy Bumatai tackled that for me. I'm not so sure that everybody is willing to get on Discord, and I say that as someone who, for whatever reason, was unwilling to myself. There's just a hesitancy there because we're old, basically. And speaking of because we're old, basically, so I was talking to one of my baristas, and she's like, I don't know, she's like in her early 30s. And I said to her, hey, I've got this show on Twitch. And she looks at me, she's like, do you mean Twitter? And I was like, no, Twitch. And she's like, I don't know what that is. And suddenly I was like, oh my God, I know something about tech that a younger person doesn't know. And so everybody here who has experience with Twitch, you guys should be very proud of yourselves because there are some young bucks out there who don't even know what Twitch is. And so I asked her, I said, well, your son, does he ever watch people playing video games on TV, on the computer? She's like, yeah, that's all he watches. And I was like, well, chances are he's watching it on Twitch. And then apparently she went and asked him, and apparently, yes, he is watching, her like 12-year-old son is all about Twitch. So 12-year-old son, all about Twitch. 48-year-old woman, all about Twitch. But mom, the 30-year-old, she's just like, I don't know nothing about no Twitch. Do you mean Twitter? So yeah. So good on all of us for being Twitch literate or semi-Twitch literate. Yeah, there you go. So, Kenny, you're right. We should, Okay, yeah, actually here, let's go backwards a bit. Terry Gilmore asks, Bear Mail, can you give us a quick Reader's Digest explanation of Discord? Bear Mail, I would be stoked if you could let folks know what Discord is for two reasons. First off, I barely know. And second off, I know you know more than me. So, if you want to write a long diatribe, oh good, you are writing a long diatribe about what Discord is, then I would be super stoked. And Anne, oh, you're already on Discord. Fancy. Excellent. Then yeah, we should slowly grow the Discord section of our social medias, I guess, but it's right now I'm still just trying to learn how to use my media player. So it might be a minute before I get there, but um so okay, so Rick, it's 2 weeks between your trips. So this weekend, okay, and then so maybe the next. Okay, so you may or may not miss Coco. We'll see. We're gonna play it by ear. So there you go. Um, so Well, yeah, and I guess, I mean, unless you're a young gamer or a serious older gamer, Twitch is unknown. Well, I'm not a gamer, and I don't think Terry Gilmore's a gamer, and I don't think Andy's a gamer, right? I mean, like, there's like, I know that, and that's how I describe it to people who don't know what the hell I'm talking about. It's like, well, have you heard of people playing games, getting paid for it? Yeah. It's like, well, they usually do it on Twitch. Oh, okay. I mean, I know that that's what Twitch is known for, but I don't know. I mean, um I kind of feel like we're a part of like the cutting edge of pushing new Twitch boundaries, and I think we should all be proud of ourselves for that. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like even though I'm really tech illiterate, I'm not as tech illiterate as I could be thanks to Twitch. There we go. That's what it is. So, so, let's see here. Yeah, Terry, you should pat yourself on her low tech back for doing Twitch. That's what I'm saying is, even though you and I, especially me, might feel like we're kind of too tech stupid, and even you or I, especially me, might be tech stupid, we're still not as stupid as we could be. Right? I mean, you just look at the bright side, right? Right. Um, so, oh, right, Darlene, of course, when you go up to the cabin is obviously, especially this time of year, very weather dependent. It all depends on weather and temps. You hate freezing up north with, apparently this sentence has given me a lisp. All right. I hate freezing up north with wood stove only, trying to keep warm. I can appreciate that logic. I wish I could say that sentence easier. There's been a couple times when Rick went up north without you just for because it was too cold. Yep. No, Bear Mail, actually, no, you described, I mean, you described it better than I would have. In fact, I learned something a little bit, by reading your very short but handy info. So there you go. Um, uh, yeah, you don't really understand it though. Right, exactly. I don't understand it. I'm just sort of there. Exactly. Yeah, the demographics of it for sure skew super young, which is why I feel like we should all sort of pat ourselves on the back. Like, we're not just stuck on Facebook with grandma and grandpa anymore. We're where the kids are at, man. I mean, and it's not like we're the skeevy grown-ups that are where the kids are at, hanging out with the kids. We're doing our own thing. Like, I mean, right? Um, yeah, I don't know. Um, so, let's see. Yeah, Sass, you know about Twitch because you watch the internet on TV with the PlayStation. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, because I guess they're all sort of like intertwined with things like that. Yeah, Bear Mail, I can appreciate that logic there. Recently, the hate bots going on with the black community, or the black streamers, the gay streamers, trans streamers, and all that hate, the hate rating and things, is definitely to be concerned about, and Twitch is trying to do something about it, but honestly, I'm not so I don't really know what Twitch can do. It seems like, especially with just all the random bots in general, there's just it's like you cut the head off of one and it turns into five others, you know. So I can appreciate why you're sort of hesitant on Twitch. Luckily, all of the communities that I hang out in on Twitch have not been subject to that. But that doesn't mean that they're not going to. So there you go. Just, you know, it's the luck of the draw, really. Um, so yeah, Kenny Casey, you know, honestly, Twitch could make some money off of licensed merchandise for the older crowd like us. You know, it's like I may be old, but I'm still twitching. Exactly. That's totally it. I'm trying to enunciate very well, Anne, but sometimes I feel like a lisping lisper who lisped yesterday's. So yeah, Darlene and this grandma and grandpa even learned Zoom and helped with grandkids a few times with virtual learning. Yep, there you go. Um, oh yeah, Anne, yeah, oh yeah, see, yeah, Robert, you seem to spend more time on Twitch these days. Exactly. Yeah, well, first off, there's a ton of different kinds of bots that you know, there's the semi-harmless ones that just come and hang out in your chat that nobody's really sure what they're doing and why they're there, but it does inflate your numbers and it does inflate your statistics, so it makes you look better in the Twitch algorithm. So on one hand, it's just like, well, that's kind of cool, but on the other hand, it's like, I don't really know if I like a whole bunch of bots just hanging out on my stream collecting whatever data they might be collecting. That's weird. And those are like the least harmful bots that are in Twitch. Then you've got other bots that go in spewing MAGA stuff, homophobic stuff, racist stuff. And then so that's just the bots. And then you've got actual streamers and people who do these things called hate raids, and they'll go find them in their community will go find a streamer that they want to mess with, and they'll go and raid them. And instead of like Andy does with his positivity vibes, going in and showering everyone with aloha, they're doing basically the exact opposite. And it's a huge problem among Black streamers, gay streamers, trans streamers. It is a big deal. And it Twitch needs to do something about it. So yeah, I'm not, I can appreciate, anyone who is hesitant to be on Twitch. I feel very privileged and lucky that I have not had the negative experiences, but I can appreciate why anyone would be afraid of having them. And frankly, I am just waiting for it to happen to me at some point, because as someone said, Devin's stream got grabbed, you know, got invaded a little while ago, and I wouldn't be surprised, not that I have no problem with this, but I wouldn't be surprised if there was, I don't know if it was a hate raid or if it was a bot that went through to Devin, but because Devin has in her description, this is a safe space, that is probably something that those bots or those people are looking for to then go and invade. Like I said, I have no problem with creating a safe space or even advertising that it is a safe space, but in doing so, I think that I don't know what I'm talking about, but I wouldn't be surprised if that was something that caught the bot's eye, so to speak. Yeah, but I know, exactly. Yeah, streamers do need mods, and I need to on my Twitch stream, I need to get more than just the one mod that I have, because I luckily, the only bots that have been infiltrating the Statterbox at the Cinema on Twitch are just the random ones that are hanging out doing nothing and just making everybody feel creepy because it's just a bunch of bots hanging out doing nothing, which makes me wonder, like, well, why are you here? Because I'm guessing you're not doing nothing. You're doing something. What are you doing is what I'm wondering. Yeah, it does. Michael Anthony Smith, exactly. I'm glad that you're back, got off the phone call. And yeah, it does make me mad too, that all of these people, I mean, like, I don't know, I guess this last year and a half, 2 years has been so horrific in the real world that, I feel like, online communities are really where it's my safe space, right? And so to have that get infiltrated, it's just so unnecessary, and mind-boggling. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Yeah, I don't understand what kind of joy or reason for that behavior. It just doesn't make sense at all. So yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Michael Anthony Smith, I missed the stream where Devin got raided. I don't even know what exactly happened. For those who were on Devin's stream, if you want to clue Michael Anthony Smith and I into, was it a bot? Was it a hate raid? Was it a bot that was just spewing stuff? Yeah, I don't really know what exactly happened to Devin's stream, but I do know that I've heard something happened on the stream multiple times, or rather, it might have only happened once, but multiple people have mentioned it, so it was a big enough deal that it was noted, as it were. So yeah, if anybody knows a little bit more of the details about Devin's raid. And then also, I guess, actually, next question, is Devin okay? I had to get off the stream the other day because I'm working. It's tax season. I guess she had a doctor's phone call. Is Devin okay? I guess, actually. So two-factor question here for Devin. Is she okay with the stream? And is she okay? Okay. Because I don't see her here. Otherwise, I would ask her directly. Yeah, so there's that. So while I'm waiting to hear what may or may not have happened with Devin, why don't we watch a Lono video? Oh. Oh, I almost started talking without unmuting my mic. So I had some technological difficulties there. Sorry, that was a little bit of a rough video there. But hey, I tried. What can I say? So, yeah, and by the way, Terry, super sorry I misspelled your name when I said goodbye the first time. That was not where my finger meant to go. So, yeah, sorry about that. So, and where you're right, yeah, the anonymity, yep, that's right. The anonymity online leads some to show how small-minded, hateful, and pathetic they are. Yeah, to the detriment of good online communities. Absolutely. Yeah, which is why Twitch especially, you need to have the multiple moderators on hand to catch those buggas. It's no wonder that Photo Luke pretty much maxes out his moderation team. Yes. Just so he can have as many as possible on each stream, as the mods can show up, as it were, because you just never know when the worst is going to show up. Totally. So yeah, Rick, being naive, you thought that Twitch needed all sorts of verification to have an account. Nope, not really. Not unless they're gonna, I mean, if they're gonna pay you money, you got to give them your social security number and your bank account. But other than that, nope. As long as you've got a couple sock email accounts, you can join in the fun whatever way you want, I guess. So, oh no, your YouTube froze. Oh, good to see. Glad you were able to come back, though. Thanks so much for putting up with your YouTube and coming on back, even though technological difficulties are getting in your way there, Elaine. Thank you so much. Oh, doctors, yes, how about you had an appointment today. Oh, and they're gonna get you an MRI on the left shoulder to figure out what's actually going on and fix it correctly. Oh, that's good. That's so good. I occasionally during times of year like this, when I'm all moused with my right arm, my right shoulder at night, sometimes it makes it next to impossible to sleep. I can't imagine living with a chronic pain like that you can't really stretch or just take some ibuprofen to get rid of. I hope that they are able to fill in your cuff and give you all sorts of gelatins and whatever it is you need to make your shoulder happy, give the shoulder the cushion it needs, basically. Oh, you hear others talking? Uh-oh. I think I know what the problem was. Hold on. Shoot. Uh-oh. Okay. So, in theory, you shouldn't hear anything talking anymore. But maybe you do. I hope you don't. I don't think that anything else is coming through on mine. Still something running in the background, eh? Huh. Well, okay, hopefully you do hear background music. You shouldn't hear background music. I've got Manahoonies in my thingies. All right, Kenny Casey, yeah, I'm sorry. I ignored your thing because I got confused with my sounds. So, okay. I will see you hopefully on Sunday, Kenny, or maybe even on Saturday. Have yourself a good evening, and we'll catch you soon, hopefully. Okay, so, all right. Oh, good. Okay, so it's quiet now. Okay, I don't know why you guys were hearing what you were hearing, because it shouldn't have happened. I mean, okay, let me rephrase this. I know what you guys were hearing. I don't know why you were hearing it. You shouldn't have been hearing it, but I turned it off. And so, all right. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, so this is the deal. This is why I say I can't figure out how to use my headphones, because I cannot hear what you guys are hearing on the stream. I can hear all of the different things that I'm putting it in, but as it's coming through to you, I cannot hear it. I still haven't figured out how to do it. I've been told by 2 people what I want to do. It's like, oh, that's not possible. So I might be asking to do something that's not possible, which is why I can't do it, which is why I can't figure out how to do it, because it can't be done. But basically, yeah, I need your guys' extra set of ears to help me figure out what you guys are hearing, because I don't hear what you guys are hearing until later on after the stream is over and I rewatch it. So that's how that works. All right. So Nani Aloha says, Ari Devon, it was a hate raid. It was awful. It was a group of people came in and said insulting and disgusting things about Devon. They focused on her weight. Devon tried to ban and block out, but it wasn't working. Oh, wow. Yeah, that sounds horrible. And yeah, that was right. That's the step beyond those hate bots. It's the actual flipping people that do that. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if, like I said earlier, one of the reasons why her site probably caught those hateful people's eyes is because she has safe space in her description, which is a phenomenal thing to advertise. But unfortunately, it also catches the eye of all the wrong people. I didn't realize, for some reason, I thought it was just one person. I didn't realize it was multiple people. And I actually, for some reason, thought it was a bot, not actual people. So, right. So yeah, it sounds like Devon got literally the worst, got hit with the worst type of trolling that I think is, because, I mean, it's one thing when it's just a hateful bot, I mean, it's annoying and horrible, but to me, it just is worse when it's an actual person who raided and then did all this. Like, you're putting out your own personal energy for this type of bull crumb. Yeah. Yeah, Rick, that's what I was hoping. The time warp that is Twitch and the lag time between my video and the comments back to me. I was really hoping that was the case with when I turned it off and when people were like, oh no, I still hear things. It was just like, oh, please let it be the lag. Please let it be the lag. And as it turns out, it was the lag that caused that whole kerfuffle. But still, I'm really glad. Like, if anything ever happens like that again, you guys, come on. You know how I get along with tech. I don't. So tell me, and then you'll see me be confused, and then hopefully I'll figure it out, and then hopefully I'll fix it, right? Yeah, there you go. Let's see here. So, Marilyn, you got another subject. You got the package with Andy's DVD, the GC, and the patch. Nice. Excellent. I haven't gotten that in the mail yet. I don't know if it got lost. I don't know if it got stolen. I don't know if it's still on the way. So yeah, I never got my little patch, but that's okay. I'm in denial about the in denial patch that I didn't get. That's okay. Oh no. Oh shoot. So she had no mods or anything. Yeah, that's not good. That's not good. Hey, C Honda, how you doing? I'm so glad to see you coming on in. Yeah, we are sitting here talking about Twitch, basically, even though we're not on Twitch. We're, about the horrible hate bots and things that you can be exposed to as a streamer on that platform, but we're going to boldly go where scary people are. I guess that's our little Halloween theme, right? Because Satterbox at the Cinema will be on Twitch, 6 p.m. on Saturday, 6 p.m. West Coast time Saturday. And Boo, Medea Halloween will be what we are watching. I have no idea. If it's I'm sure it's a funny movie. It's a Tyler Perry movie. I don't think it's going to be scary. It's probably not going to be very gory, so it's nothing to be scared about, as it were. At least I've never seen it, but I'm guessing it's going to be just fine. Right? Yeah, so oh, you can still hear me babbling over the other background noise, Bear Mail. Yeah. Oh, good. Then nothing's changed. Nothing's changed at all. So, oh, Nani Aloha, mine is on its way. Oh, that is so awesome. I was afraid that it got stolen or something in the mail, because I have a mail theft problem sometimes. Lately, I haven't had the mail theft problem, but I keep acknowledging the mail theft problem in hopes that the mail gods will keep the mail theft people away. Okay, cool. Then I won't lose hope. I won't lose hope. Yay. No, and I know that the post office right now is moving slower than molasses in January, but that's okay. I love the post office way better than I love all the other places, FedEx and UPS. So I'm so happy you use the post office. I have no problem. I will wait until February if I have to. So, oh well, Darlene, oh wait, you're not gonna be able to see it this weekend. Oh well. Actually, Darlene, we're gonna be watching it off of a YouTube stream that like just has the movie for free. So, if you wanted to stream the movie tonight off of YouTube, you could. It's there. So, you know, we're yeah. What can we say? Oh wait, let's see here. Oh, you got yours too? Got to figure out which coat to put the patch on? Try Velcro, then you can have it on all your coats. Hey, Rick, that's a really good idea. Um, yeah, you had to install a locking mailbox to prevent mail theft. It's funny you should say that, Anne. Uh, not just any locking mailbox will stop the mail theft problem in our neighborhood. I I belong to a couple Facebook groups that are neighborhood oriented, and I cannot tell you how many locked mailboxes I've seen that well, okay, first off, I have been in the market for a locked mailbox for work and for my home for many years now, so I'm actually vaguely familiar with the models that are out there, oddly enough. And the cheapest model that's out there, yeah, those doesn't do anything to the people. Like those ones get broken into. You kind of need to like get like the second or third tier up before it even thwarts the people in my neighborhood. My neighborhood really is actually, I really do think this is kind of a across the board thing. It's not my neighborhood. It's just every city on the West Coast right now is just full of a bunch of people who can't afford to live and they're desperate and doing awful things. And yeah, the cheap locking mailboxes are no match for those people. Those people can get into those mailboxes. Trust me. Yep, trust me. Um uh So C Honda, yes, those Twitch guys are not bots. They make it personal. I caught one on Terry's stream that was a personal insult to him. Oh yeah, see, I've been very fortunate with the bots that hit with anybody who's been banned from my Twitch stream it seems has just been a bot, and the bots are just hanging out, and I don't know why, I don't know what data they're collecting, I don't know what they're doing, I don't like them there, so I like to have them banned, kicked and booted and banned. But yeah, the hateful bots or the hateful people, no, those guys need to be yeah, those guys need to be eliminated in whatever way you want to interpret the word eliminated. Yes. That's right. That's what I just said. Eliminated. Sort of like the rats that live in under my counters. They get eliminated. Eliminated. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, so Anne, you know what I'm talking about. You had to get a heavy-duty steel one that can withstand bat beatings and stuff. Yeah, See, it's not just the West Coast. You know what I'm talking about. Those little cheap locky things. It's just like, please, my pen cap can unlock that. Yep. Well, Darlene, I'm going to go out on a limb and guess that Anne's mailbox is probably in a rural area. And rural areas really get hit hard because ain't nobody going to be driving by to see somebody spending a minute or two trying to jiggle with that lock. Whereas, in my neighborhood, it's a neighborhood. So, you've got to be in and out real quick. Granted, I don't know where Anne lives, but I get the impression that she lives, it sounds like she's got some property. So I'm thinking she might live where mailboxes are not so close to one another, as it were. Rick, yeah, nice work at C Honda. Yeah, you have plenty problems keeping up with just the regular chatters, so trying to ID some nasty ones before they strike. Way to go. Absolutely, yeah, the mods, especially on Twitch, There's a lot of bells and whistles that goes along with moderating on Twitch, much more so than moderating on YouTube. YouTube is really pretty much like you can you can kick this person off, you can shut them up, or you can do one other thing. I think there's three choices or something when you're moderating on YouTube, but when you're on Twitch, it's a whole different world, and there's a lot of bells and whistles, and yeah, um, um, I whenever I've attempted to moderate on Twitch, I'm always a day late and a dollar short. Everybody always catches the bad chat. Like, Jess, I'm about to go, wait, that doesn't look right. It's like, oh, Carl and Arkansas already banned him. Wait, that doesn't, oh, Seahond already got him. Wait, no, I don't think, oh, never mind. Somebody else got that. Yeah. So I'm not a very good mod. Mods are, yeah, mods are incredibly important. Mm-hmm. Um, well, gosh, yeah, and if Devin, it's not that hard to create to make someone a mod if you're in the right section of Twitch. But if I was midstream, because I only have one monitor and I work through my Streamlabs and not via my Twitch creator dashboard, I probably could see how and why I wouldn't be able to create a mod in the middle of a stream without screwing the stream completely up. Yeah. Uh-huh. Um, okay, so I'm not making stuff up, Anne. It is on a country road. Oh, and it's also heavy duty for the snowplows. Oh, right. Yeah, good plan. Right, good plan. Uh-huh. Makes sense. Yep. Isn't that awful, C Honda? It wasn't even the same name. It was just the same tone and the same words, and you recognized him from that. That's just sucks, dude. That means he's got like multiple sock accounts and really just must have a hateful, horrible life. And honestly, and okay, I'm about to say two things that I have no basis in foundation in reality to say these things, but I'm going to say them anyway. First off, I'm guessing it's a dude, not a chick. I don't know why, but that's what I'm going to say. Sorry, guys. I'm truly not trying to badmouth men, but it just, on Twitch with gamers and demographics, I'm going to guess it's a dude that was being horrifying. And I'm going to guess that dude probably wonders why he can't get a girlfriend. And it's like, well, you can't get a girlfriend because you're a jerk. Because you've got nothing nice to say about nobody, and maybe if you stop being such a jerk, you might have a girl want to talk to you, and then you would stop being such a jerk because a girl would be talking to you, and it's an evil cyclical thing. And yeah, I know, it's very base and silly for me to say that this is the cause of it, but I have noticed that a lot of dudes who have trouble talking to women, it's like, well, did you listen to what you just said to that woman? And like, do you understand why she didn't want to talk to you after that? Like it sort of becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy kind of thing. It's just like, when you're trying to talk to a chick, how about you don't say things like, well, all chicks can't be trusted. It's like, well, if that's where you're coming at me from, maybe I don't need to talk to you, because you basically just told me you're not going to trust me because I'm a chick. Okay, see you later, dude. Oh, I'm sorry that you don't have a girlfriend when all you say to women is things like that. Whatever. Yeah, so that's just my little rant there. And Curtis, I'm glad that you might agree with me. I really don't like making blanket statements like, oh, I'll bet you that's a dude, or oh, I'll bet you that was a little, stupid woman, stupid bitch, woman, chick, blah, 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 but sometimes it's just like, oh, that behavior is so associated with a type of person that, sometimes a stereotype is a stereotype, right? And yeah, definitely a misogynistic boy. Precisely. It's like, you can't, I know that this is an anonymous online platform, and who knows who's behind that name, but I bet you I can figure out a little bit about what you're all about by what you're saying. So, yeah, exactly. The differences between boys and men. Precisely. Um, uh-huh, uh-huh. Rick, oh, that's such a good. Actually, Rick, that's kind of a good idea. You need a mailbox on a wheel and an arm, so when they plow into it, it just spins around and puts a dent in their truck. Okay, maybe the dent in the truck is not a good idea, but the spinning around part, actually, that's kind of a good idea. Um, mm-hmm. Darlene, exactly. What you put out comes back tenfold. Precisely. I mean, there's obviously no real way to quantify that statement, but at the same time, it never really hurts to assume that that statement is right. I do know that for a lot of practitioners of magic and Wicca and things like that, people who cast spells and the like, you may or may not believe in it, that's fine. But one of the guiding principles for many of these practitioners of white magic is the rule of three. What you put out there is going to come back to you threefold. So you have a choice. Are you going to put out good vibes? Are you going to put out happy magic that's going to come back to you threefold? Or are you going to put out hexes and bad vibes and things that's going to come back to you threefold? It's your choice, and so and even if it's not true, never hurts to act like it is, right? I mean, I guess ultimately golden rule, right? Do unto others as you would have them do unto you, right? um So, and where I can make a solid statement about it, little incel. Yeah, there you go. Like I said, I didn't see any of the hateful anythings on neither Terry nor Devin's stream, so I am absolutely not in a position to make a statement like that, but it seems like a pretty obvious statement like that. Hey, Yamamoto-san, good to see you swing in. I'm so happy you can come hang out here in the statter box with everyone. We are still talking about Twitch and the sadness that sometimes Twitch provides with the hate raids and hate bots, but we do try to cultivate the happiness here, as you know, both on Twitch and on YouTube. And hopefully our happy powers will keep away the nasty bots for as long as possible. And oh, hey, Shock, good to see you. Boo, I was talking about you earlier. I might send you a graphic that I need your help for. It's a Prell graphic for a Twitch emote, and it needs to be a certain way. And I can't figure out how to make it the certain way. I'm not going to tell you what the certain way is, because off the top of my head, I can't remember. I do know that it needs to be transparent, though, and I think it's the transparent part that I'm having the problem with. So hopefully maybe one day you can help me, but if you can't, that's okay, because I already can't do it, so it's not going to put me in a position that's any worse than I already am. So there you go. Yeah. So, E-music, that is hysterical. I don't know if you stole that joke or if you wrote that joke, but if you wrote that joke, you need to be pulling that joke out every chance you get. Even if you didn't write the joke, you need to be pulling this joke out. Don't think I'll be doing anything for Halloween this year. I've already been wearing a mask for over a year and eating lots of candy. You know it, my friend. That is on point. You got it. That is so funny. So, okay, so Shock, I was going to talk about this earlier today, and I was then going to talk about it right before you got here. But now that you're here, I feel awkward about talking about it, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. So, one of my friends is I don't really know what she is. She's a vet tech, but she lives on a farm and she's got a bunch of animals. And, this Thanksgiving, she's selling 2 of her turkeys. They're heritage turkeys. And, she's selling them for people who want to eat turkeys for Thanksgiving. And they're these special turkeys. They're called blue slate turkeys. And like they're a heritage breed from like 1874, I guess they got first recognized as a particular kind of breed. And check this out, dudes. They're all dark meat. So here is what the turkey looks like. It pretty much looks like a turkey. Here's the turkey picture. Oh, look, it's turkey. Turkey. But this picture doesn't really show their color. Their color, now remember, these turkeys are called blue slate turkeys. And look at that blue slate turkey. I know it's a blurry picture, I know. But the blue though, it's just amazing. Blue slate turkeys. So anyway, these turkeys, all right, these turkeys are like when they're as she put it, when they're dressed, which I guess means actually undressed after they're ready for putting in the oven. After feathers and guts and things have been removed, they're gonna be between 10 and 12 pounds. Now, can you guess how much she's selling? I know, right? Bear mail, all dark meat, sign me the up. You better believe it. Exactly. All dark meat. I am all over that. So, those turkeys from 1874, yeah, gonna be tough to grind. No, these turkeys are just a year old. These ones are just a year old. But anyway, so once yeah, I know exactly. It was just the dark meat is what I prefer too. And so I saw these and it was like, "Oh my God." So I have a friend who is a foodie who might uh oh, good, you missed it. Well, that maybe this is a good minute for you to miss Shock. So my friend who's got these turkeys, she's selling them, and they're going to be between 10 and 12 pounds once they're ready to be put in the oven. But can you guys guess how much she's selling them for? Um, I for a second, because a 10 or 12 pound turkey is a tiny turkey, right? And I don't have anything to do on Thanksgiving, and 10 or 12 pound turkey, I think, is about as small of a turkey as you're going to find in the store. And so I was like, oh, 10 or 12 pound turkey, that sounds like maybe I'll splurge and like get a 10 or 12 pound turkey for my Thanksgiving. Maybe, I mean, and I knew that it would be expensive, but, cause bear mail, right? Expensive, lots of money, got to be. Yeah. Does anybody want to guess how much money the turkey costs? By the way, it costs more if you want them to process the turkey. It costs more. So no, not 2000. No, in fact, a lot less than 2000. But they're asking, no, wow, okay, I guess actually, wow, you guys, I'm obviously a flippin' miser. No, less than 125, Rick. Actually, she's selling them for $75 a pop. And if you want them to process them, it's another $20. So $95 basically for a 10 to 12 pound turkey. And yeah, they're Curtis Nix. They're like wild turkey. They're all dark meat. Yes, as she described them, she said they are an old school heritage breed that are much more on the wild side than they are the domesticated flavor side. And everything I've read about these particular turkeys, it's just like, I mean, like, apparently people who spend that kind of money on the turkey, they are just like, oh, it's so good, I'm never going back. So I guess it's like worth it. I don't really know if I can afford to like make that leap. Rick, shipping is not included. That is true, but it doesn't matter because I can just drive and pick it up. Like, she just lives 20 minutes away. So I would just go drive and pick it up. I mean, this would literally be the freshest flippin' turkey I have ever thought about getting. For me. Yeah, I know, right, Bear Mail? Yeah, way too steep for me. I mean, I considered it for about 2.5 seconds, but I did the research, and they're like, apparently it's really common to pay between $8 and $15 a pound for this type of turkey. So it's totally in the norm. Like, yeah, she's not asking too much for it. I mean, you're not getting a steal, but you're not also getting ripped off. It's totally market price. But wow, yeah, I think I might not get the fancy turkey. Just saying. I mean, it's a pretty turkey. It's a very blue, pretty turkey. But you know, that's a different that's the other turkey that's for sale. But yeah, no. No, I don't think I want to spend $95 on that. See, Honda, you like the dry, white, spongy turkey meat. For $14 a bird versus $90 a bird, I like the white, dry, spongy turkey meat too. Put some gravy on that and we're good to go. Yeah, Michael Anthony Smith, you definitely don't. Yeah, you are obviously not going to be interested in the wild turkey, as it were. Well, you might be interested in the wild turkey, but that would be maybe from the bottle, not from the barn. Um, so, Yamamoto-san, with inflation, we may pay that much for a regular turkey from Trader Joe's. Yeah, and that's the whole thing. I mean, turkeys really are, um, not cheap, especially the fresh ones. Like, because the frozen ones are just like, yeah, whatever. But the fresh ones are usually really expensive. So, I mean, um, right, Nani Aloha, given it's a reasonable price given the info and the backstory. Yeah, not very many people can say that they know that, their turkey's name was Alan, and, and Chansey was Alan's owner until Chansey's boyfriend told Alan it's time to go night-night. And yeah, sometimes, the animals with names do taste the best, which is horrifying. But I'll tell you, the best burger I ever had came from a cow named Harold. So I do, speak from experience. Your birds love turkey. That is so disturbing, Shock. That, I mean, I know birds eat other birds, but still, it just seems so strange to me that birds eat bird. um, So you had a flock of wild turkeys this summer, about 17 babies? Oh, wow. And yeah, the babies are huge now. Right, totally, totally. Well, actually, no, these turkeys, I guess, are a year old. I don't know exactly how old these are, but I think they're just a year old, or maybe less than a year. I don't know. Um, well, right, Rick, I didn't even think about that with all the supply problems and the trucking problems. Yeah, it's so weird. The stores, because I don't order food or, I don't order groceries. I go shopping every other week, every, 2 weeks, whatever. And I went to Rite Aid to get, I don't know, doesn't matter, something that you would get at Rite Aid. And there was like shelves upon shelves upon shelves of emptiness. And it wasn't like, oh, this is our seasonal aisle and we're switching over from summer to fall. It was a case of like, no, this is our paper towel aisle and it's empty. Oh yeah, this is our shampoo aisle and it is also empty. And it's just, it's insane. Um, um, so Portlandia is true with your locally sourced chicken was named Fred, the server says. And this is the second time I've actually had a conversation about that scene in Portlandia this week. Actually, thanks to the whole turkeys. The turkeys are what brought it up the first time as well. That scene in Portlandia, I kid you not, was actually not funny and hard to watch because it was so true to life. Like, the rest of the country probably thought that was the funniest flippin' skit ever in the world. If you've ever been to Olympia, to Portland, to these farm to table places in the Pacific Northwest, it was so spot on that it wasn't funny. It was that, I mean, it was so accurate that it was painful. It was because, I mean, it was just, you want to laugh at it, but at the same time, it's just like, well, I can't really laugh at it because this is like, it's supposed to be a joke, but it's true. Just like the guitar player for Alice in Chains, Jerry Cantrell, he has said on numerous occasions that the longer he's been in the music industry, the less funny the movie Spinal Tap gets. because it hits too close to home. All of the absurdities of it, actually, happen in the music industry, and it's painful. And watching that scene in Portlandia was exactly like that. It was actually, yeah, it was actually painful. It really was. Bear male, I guess we're about the only animals out here with morals. Well, bear male. I would say that once we get hungry enough, the morals that we currently hold, they get bent a little bit. So, yeah. So, so let's see what, um, so Sea Honda's gonna serve blue turkey for Robert Smalling. I don't know. I hope when you say that, you mean the blue turkey with the blue feathers, not the blue turkey with the blue meat. But I have heard that the blue sponge burger at Burger King is super good. Way better than the gray moist sponge, what was it? The smoky gray moist sponge burger. Here the blue sponge burger is where it's at Burger King. Uh, let's see. So, okay, well now, Rick, this is interesting. Well, nobody else might find it interesting, but I do. So you're saying that the wild turkey in Wisconsin came from Missouri stock? So like what? Somebody wanted to hunt turkeys up in Wisconsin, so they like imported a bunch of turkeys from the Midwest to the upper Midwest? Or what? I'm confused because I thought wild turkeys kind of roamed everywhere in the United States. Like, did they not? Hmm. Um, bear mail. What the F is blue meat? Well, well, okay. There's so many things to unpack here. On Okay, all right. So on a different show, no, no, not on a different show. On my show, on this show, on Chatter with Statter, I described a Burger King burger as being the meat patty as being a smoky, no, a smoky gray moist sponge is what the beef tasted. Whoops, the beef tasted like. So we started making a joke about a gray sponge burger. Well, then one of the people, Poppy Shaney, who is sometimes here, um, but he is not here today. He is also on the Daily Pigeon Live, and God dang it, he made a video, jokingly, he ordered a, he ordered a burger at Burger King, but then took out the gray sponge burger, the patty, and substituted it for a blue cleaning sponge that he had like cut out to make it look like he had taken a bite out of it. And so then he was like, I don't know about the gray sponge burger, but the blue sponge burger is really tasty. And so that's what we're sort of talking about here, right? And then the turkeys that I'm talking about are called blue slate turkeys. And so I'm assuming it's somehow mixed in with that. However, when you ask what is blue meat, it brings me to a skit from The State. And I don't know if you guys know who the comedy troupe The State is. I know you're familiar with some of the people in it. The State was a comedy troupe that was on MTV in the early 90s, and those comedians, improv people, skit comics, they have since gone on to be in Reno 911, and a whole bunch of other funny shows. Anyway, one of the skits they had, there was a dinner party, and everybody was eating this blue, I mean like bright cobalt blue meat. And so the guest, one of the guests asks, like, this meat, it's so tender and it's unusual. What is it? And the host was like, oh, it's Muppet. And they're like, Muppet? And it's like, yes, there's a lot of Muppets, around our house. We've been hunting them. They're really easy to catch, and so they like went to the window, and it's like, Muppets, you know, it's like, show me near. And so a Muppet comes out of the woods and like walks up to their window, you know, now show me far, and walks away. But anyway, yeah. So they hunt Muppets. So if you're ever eating blue meat, it's probably Muppet that you're eating. So there you go. Hmm. Oh, okay. Okay, Rick, excellent. So wild turkeys were extinct in Wisconsin in the 80s. The Department of Natural Resources imported 100 birds from out of state. Now they are self-sustaining, but limited in genetics. Got it. Okay. And so Curtis, seconding your story, Department of Natural Resources transplanted stock because they had been wiped out. Iowa traded turkey for prairie chicken from Kansas. Interesting. Oh, okay, cool. Well, I'm glad that's happening. That's pretty awesome. Um, yeah. So, oh, you're home now and finally able to participate fully. Good deal. We're talking about eating Muppet because Bear Mail wanted to know what blue meat was, and I told her that if you see a fillet that is blue, specifically cobalt, it's Muppet. You're eating a Muppet. Possibly Cookie Monster. Perhaps Grover. It's hard to say, but it's Muppet. It's very tender from what I hear. Yeah, Muppet. Shocklock, there's this thing called a black bone chicken. Is that the chickens that are black, like everything's black? Like their eyes are black, their skin is black, their bones are black, their feet are black, their beak are black. Are those and like they're from Indonesia or something like that? I might be making that up, but I think I know what you're talking about. Did I not say that? Oh, that's how you got Pacific salmon into Lake Michigan imported. That sort of disturbs me, but okay. I don't like it when Atlantic salmon is in the Pacific coast, and kind of vice versa, but I guess as long as you guys are happy. So, okay, so Shock, I am thinking about that the proper type of chicken. And Curtis, yes, you're right. I didn't think about that. I suppose it could be a Smurf. Now that you say that. Yes, I suppose it could be a Smurf. Um, that makes sense. Although, now see, this is where my brain gets weird. So, would a Smurf be like, if we ate a Smurf, would it be considered cannibalism? Because they seem more, I guess because they're like not hairy, they seem more like a person than say a Muppet seems like a person. And I realize this line of questioning is just asinine because it's like, these are all fake. You do understand none of these things are humans or real, or you cannot eat a Smurf or a Muppet. But to me, it seems like eating a Smurf would be more akin to cannibalism than eating a Muppet. Um, yeah, I don't really know. I don't really know if this is a really good train of thought to be having, but there we go. Um, oh, Smurf is too tough to eat, right? Oh, right. They might be like little snails. They're little. If you have to cook them just right, otherwise they get chewy. Ah, that's funny. Oh, you're right, Chuck. They do have tails. Yeah, but some people have tails too. So people are born with a tail. I mean, not often, but it does happen. So I don't know. Muppets are higher in fiber. Okay. And Bear Mail, you're right. It would take a lot of Smurfs to make a burger though. But but in Japan, they make a burger patty out of shrimps. So it can be done. I do think it could. Okay, let me rephrase that. It can be done. What I really mean is, in theory, if Smurfs existed, it could be done. Uh, oh, Shock. Okay, cool. You'll transparency-ize my graphics. Go ahead and send them. Fantastic. I will definitely be sending those later on this evening. You don't have to do them quick. You can do them at your leisure, but I will be sending them to you. I've got one for sure, and if I can get the other one, the James Caan one, to the right size, I'll have two. But I've got a Prell one and then a James Caan one, and then we're thinking about doing a rat emote because that just seems logical, and then also some kind of food emote, but I don't really know what type of food emote we should do. So that one's gonna be maybe put on the back burner because I want input from everybody about about what kind of food, because we do, Kenny Casey said, like, we talk about food a lot here, not all the time, but I mean, we're talking about Smurfs as food, so it somehow gets back to food, right? I mean, even if we're talking about Muppet and Smurf. So I'm wondering what type of food item could or should be an emote. For all I know, maybe filet of Muppet might be the food emote that we go with, but I want to hear what your guys' ideas are because I don't know. Yeah. Um, so is this Halloween chatter? Eating what? We're talking about eating Smurfs and Muppets. So, I don't really know if it's Halloween or if it's, hallucinations or if it's like, God, you guys have gone off the deep end. So, Jim McKinnon, Teletubbies are tastier. Well, Teletubbies are much larger, so, than Smurfs. And so, I would think that they would need to be cooked a little bit differently because C. Honda does point out that she cooks Smurfs like jumbo shrimp. And I think that that is probably the best way. You got to do it real quick. Now, you want to make sure that you get them all the way cooked. Otherwise, you might get sick, but you don't want to overcook them because then they're going to get chewy and real tough, right? Um and Shock, you're just glad this isn't your stream. A sponge burger emote. Elaine, this is what I need you guys for. Like, hi, that's the most obvious one in the world. How did this not even cross my mind? Fruitcake is good too. So Smurf is a verb and a noun? Oh, absolutely, Jim McKinnon. Smurfing is a verb. I don't know if you've heard of it, but it's what meth users do. And I know this is actually, I know that we were joking about eating Smurfs, but this actually is totally true. It's what meth users do to get around the antihistamine laws that are in place in various or almost all the states, I guess. So instead of one person going in and buying 10 packets of Sudafed, 10 people will go in and buy one packet of Sudafed, and then they'll all deliver it to the same meth cook. And so it's called smurfing, and it absolutely is a verb. And so it's like, I can't remember what the Smurf motto is that makes that called, but it's like, if we all do a little, a lot can get done, or something like that. And that's what smurfing is all about, is if we all just do a little, then the cook can get all they need and we can all have meth. So yeah, that's what smurfing is. Bear mail, all good until I walked into this chat. Yeah, I know, this chat just went like boom. We go from talking about eating Muppets and Smurfs to how to make meth and whether or not Smurf should be cooked like jumbo shrimp or maybe as tempura. Smurf musubi, yeah, Smurf musubi could work too. So yeah. Oh, good, Belly Bear. Good to see you. And that's right. If you guys haven't hit that like button yet, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the, oh my God, I'm scared of this conversation button. Do whatever you need to do. Hit the buttons, hit the notification bell if you like. I definitely can't promise that all the chats will have scattered the way this one has, but it's all in good fun talking about, eating Smurfs. Yeah, and I think, I feel like a Smurf would sort of be, yeah, I think a breaded tempura fried Smurf might be nice. You could get a basket of them, sort of like a basket of, deep fried mushrooms, like at the bowling alley. You can just pop a Smurf in your mouth between frames. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Smurfing is a gerund in Smurfland. A gerund. I don't know how to say that word. I do not remember what the word gerund means, though. Um, there we go. Your husband suggests that Totoro looks like he could be delicious. Totoro, he's a Pokemon, right? Pokemon, right? And if he is the one I think he is, I think that he looks delicious too. Uh-huh. uh, high fat diets. Actually, yeah, high fat diets, from what I understand, are making a comeback these days. So, Jim, okay, Smurfette was a female Smurf who was created by Gargamel. I didn't know that she was created by Gargamel. Smurfette was the only female Smurf in the Smurf village. Yeah, I I always wondered about how that whole thing happened, but I didn't know that Gargamel created Smurfette. All right then. Oh, he's not a Pokemon and he's not Pikachu. Well, Pikachu is a Pokemon, I thought. And what is Toro then? Um Oh, Darlene, you're back. You just had to have a phone call with the daughter, so you're okay for a bit. Well, you missed our conversation about how it is best to cook Smurfs, and whether or not filet of Muppet is tasty. So, yeah, that's what you missed. I'm not even gonna explain how we got there though. So, so let's see here. Discworld has the wee free men, and they also have one female at a time, but they are tiny and blue. Mitsuyaki, I want to say, okay, wow, I don't know what we're talking about here, so that is okay. Um, yeah, you know what? Uh, Oh, that's so funny. Okay, so Jim McKinnon, kind of like Snow White and the Eight Dwarves. The one you never hear about is Sleazy. Yeah, totally, totally. Um, oh, Totoro is an anime. Oh, an anime character. Okay, well, there's a reason then. Okay. I mean, it's an anime character. You cannot fault me for thinking it was maybe a Pokemon character. I mean, they are tangentially associated ish, right? 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 Um Oh, Darlene, cooked Smurfs, no tanks. You like yours you prefer yours the Smurf sashimi? You prefer yours raw? Ah, that's so funny. Let's see here. So, yeah, so we've been on for about 2 hours and now we are just wandering into the territory of the absurd, which is fantastic, and I'm glad that we can have chatter scatter like that. But I think we should probably wrap it up. After all, Michael Anthony Smith is thinking that he might want to have something to eat. So, and after we've talked about deep fried Smurf, who isn't hungry for something, right? Right? Something a little crunchy, a little bit blue. You want it. So, I think we're going to wrap this up on Chatter with Statter today. I hope to see you on Twitch this Saturday. We're going to be watching Boo, A Medea Halloween. And if I can't catch you this Saturday, I hope to catch you Sunday back here on YouTube, 4:30 p.m. West Coast time, 1:30 Hawaiian time, and 7:30 p.m. on the East Coast. Midnight 30 for those UK types. I really hope, I have no idea what we're going to be talking about on Sunday, but yeah, we might be talking about whether or not Smurfs are kosher. Jim McKinnon, good question. I have no idea. I'll talk to a rabbi maybe before Sunday, and we can find out. All right, excellent. So I will talk to you guys later, and I hope you guys have a great night, and I hope to see you on Saturday. All right, take care.